It's nice and pleasant out there. It's warm. We're in shorts. It's a fun day to be alive.
Boris Johnson wrote a piece for The Telegraph this morning about a ban on women wearing burqas and niqabs in Denmark. He came down clearly against such a ban, but in the process managed to say about Muslim women wearing them as looking like letterboxes.
Alone in the crowd of a European Union summit yesterday in Austria, where EU leaders, including France's president, gave her and her Chequers plan for a future relationship with them the iciest of cold shoulders.
So we are at an impasse.
Now, the new research has found that the increase in life expectancy in the United Kingdom has almost ground to a halt over the last 7 years.
She just got news of a second cabinet resignation as she left Number 10. Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab told her last night he couldn't stay in the government. Then she was off to Parliament.
The Prime Minister
To defend a deal which MP after MP told her was already a lost cause.
The government simply cannot put to Parliament this half-baked deal that both the Brexit Secretary and his predecessor have rejected.
Sir Graham Brady has confirmed that he has received 48 letters from Conservative MPs, so there will now be a vote of confidence in my leadership of the Conservative Party. I will contest that vote with everything I've got.
The Parliamentary Party does have confidence.
The ayes to the right, 202. The noes to the left, 432.
There we have it, the withdrawal agreement's defeated by a majority of 230.
So what would happen in a no-deal scenario? EU or World Trade Organization member states could demand a border on the island of Ireland.
For people like me who grew up on the border, it's maybe hard for people outside of Ireland to imagine. This is fundamentally about people, it's about peace and it's about identity.
Another thumping defeat, you can see it there, nearly a 150 majority against the Prime Minister. It's going to make a statement.
I profoundly regret the decision that this House has taken tonight.
Today, Parliament rejected a deal to leave the European Union for a third time. This is yet another defeat for Prime Minister Theresa May.
For us, it's like watching Friday the 13th, part 79. So things are actually looking as bad as they can possibly get.
Nigel Farage's Brexit Party burst out of the blocks, campaigning for Euro elections on the day we were once supposed to leave Europe.
I do believe that we can win these European elections and that we can again put the fear of God into our members of Parliament in Westminster.
Climate change activists in London are bringing parts of the city to a standstill. A week-long series of protests has disrupted roads and railways. Police have made more than 400 arrests, but the demonstrators are still taking action.
And just as the Prime Minister's future is in question, Boris Johnson's been providing answers about his.
Are you going for the Prime Minister role?
I'm going for my bike, thank you.
Are you going to be the Prime Minister?
Today he confirmed he will be joining the race to become leader.
It was one of the most remarkable elections this country's ever seen, with both Labour and the Tories having historically abysmal results. Nigel Farage's new Brexit Party topped the poll.
Who won the election yesterday?
The Conservatives had the worst national election result ever.
Now to that breaking news, Theresa May stepping down from her position as Britain's Prime Minister, announcing her resignation in front of Downing Street this morning with this emotional speech. Let's take a look.
I will shortly leave the job that it has been the honour of my life to hold. I do so with no ill will, but with enormous and enduring gratitude to have had the opportunity to serve the country I love.
Making Britain the hottest July day on record as temperatures hit new highs across parts of the UK.
And therefore I give notice that Boris Johnson is elected as the leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party.
And I say to all the doubters, dude, we are going to energise the country. We're going to get Brexit done on October the 31st. We're going to take advantage of all the opportunities that it will bring in a new spirit of can-do.
Right now, the Amazon rainforest is being consumed by fire. In fact, there's an 80% increase in fires just over the last year alone.
But in the Amazon, fire is not a natural part of the ecosystem. These fires are not natural. They are intentional.
Boris Johnson is set to walk in this door behind me tomorrow as Britain's next Prime Minister.
But actually, I don't think we've ever seen a Prime Minister like this who has the potential to threaten the very nature of our democracy.
As the Prime Minister stood to make only his second common statement since moving into number 10, with acute timing, one Tory MP chose that moment to cross the floor. Boris Johnson spotted him going to sit with the Liberal Democrats, thereby wiping out the Tories' working majority of one.
I wish I might on the friend. Oh, all the best.
Not a good start,
Thank
Boris. What was the nature of your relationship with Jennifer Arcuri? Were you friends, or was it something else?
I'm very happy to tell you, Carl, that I worked incredibly hard as Mayor of London to promote our city, and very happy with the result.
The fire engine lifted up and pushed along by the waters as if it weighs nothing at all.
It's totally unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this before.
The PM trying to shut down Parliament for 5 weeks to stop MPs blocking his no-deal Brexit.
This court has already concluded that the Prime Minister's advice to Her Majesty was unlawful, void and of no effect. Parliament has not been prorogued.
There is only one way to get Brexit done in the face of this unrelenting parliamentary obstructionism. This endless, willful, fingers crossed, not me gov refusal to deliver on the mandate of the people, and that is, Mr. Speaker, to refresh this Parliament and give the people a choice.